Right, so this is Cigna. This is a big insurance company, healthcare insurance. I lost touch with a lot of these companies. But I'm back and I'm here to destroy you. Oh, as usual, all my models are in my GitHub, so you can check those out. I have been doing a lot of startup stuff and programming, so I'm not like, my models aren't as updated as I'd like to be. Cigna. Global health company, committed to a better future. Okay. Trailblazers, goddamn, okay. I thought you guys just did HMO shit. You trailblazers now? God damn. Hey, I got a product for you. It's called Dr. Gupta. I'll help your customers save a lot of money. I'm not sure if that's what you want. Evernorth. What a great name. If you just keep going ever north though, you will end up in the south. I hope they understand that. I did not do Wordle today. Should I do Wordle? So I guess they bought Express Scripts a while back. And CuraScript and Accredo. I guess Express Scripts had a couple of those, if I'm not mistaken. They bought Accredo and CuraScript. So I think they have like a big government business, if I'm not mistaken. All this shit is like alphabet soup, like ASOs and fucking ASA, COLI, GMDP, GMIP. Who knows what the fuck these things are? All right, they're doing some stuff in digital. They say they care about DEI, but okay, 71% are women. That's a lot, actually. 39% minorities. That's pretty good. I'll give that DEI a good score. Government is 14% of their business. Okay, so not that much. Birds are not real, ever. Truly, truly fake. 67,000 pharmacies participated in one of our networks. Okay. Who's the boss? Brian Ivanko is the CFO. He's 46. Eric Palmer is the CEO. All right, let's look at this stuff. So here is the income statement. Oh, come on, I'll speak at your university investment club for free. You know I would never charge you guys. I don't have a number pad. Did you guys all see Lloyd Blankfein's tweet about his 12C calculator? He said the battery ran out after 40 years. It's like, dude, you can buy a new battery. That's why I keep it on me. I mean, right now I've got my calculator in the other room, and it's in a safe, because I don't like to leave it out while the cat's around. I don't want the cat hitting the wrong keys, you know what I mean? So I put it in the safe. I got a permit and everything. You want me to take it out? I don't leave home without it. I keep it on me, keep it with me. 12C. I ain't pulling it out. I'm not allowed to show it on live stream. Put it on the table so you know. It's like I left it on the dresser. Isn't that rap song? When I showed my buddies in Brooklyn when I was like 12, my first 12C, they were like, man, this gets different. I'm not going to fucking Deutsche Bank without it on me. Who knows what the fuck they're gonna try to pull in that conference room. I keep it on me. For shit like that. Got that thing on me. I might go to Midtown, meet with some hedge funds. Never fucking know. You can't trust them dudes. Get that motherfucking thing on me. 12C, you heard? Guys talking about what, you got a 9mm, you got a Glock, Uzi, nah, 12C, HP 12C. Steve Cohen's still on top. Susquehanna. Certainly Renaissance. Yeah, I don't know whatever happened to Dennis Levine. If I had to pick between finance and tech, I'd probably do tech. It doesn't hurt to know a little finance, though. Alright, so Cigna's revenue has been pretty small growth, but when you're in healthcare services, it's hard to grow very fast. I wonder what their organic growth is. Organic growth is growth without acquisitions, if you don't know about what that means. So there's this weird investment returns, a couple of lines here, but they're so small that I'm just going to put them into this number. And that should be fine. Insurance companies, and I'm not saying Cigna is exactly an insurance company, but they have all kinds of funky accounting. And look how it goes from revenue straight to net income. It's really kind of scary. There's no actual operating results. I hope they give more disclosure than this. I'm sure they do. But yeah, there's no like MLR. There's no COGS in health plans anyway. It's called MLR, or basically medical costs, medical loss ratio, etc. Yeah, we skipped some steps. Let's take their word for it though, and just look at their net income. So I was sort of bearish when Biden got elected. I figured that him and Kamala and AOC and all these people would tear these companies apart, and they haven't. They've been focused on not sure what, something else. So, like, okay, here's all the numbers, so we'll put those in a second. I just want to glance at the balance sheet real quick. This is funky that, I don't know how they're even allowed to split it up like this. Maybe, I've seen a couple of these 10Ks and Qs. Okay. There's that. So let's see, cash is like 26 billion. But it's weird because you have to include like all their payables and shit. So it looks like they have a net debt position. Maybe 10 billion. But they're making between 7 to 10 billion a year. So anyway, the point is it's like 10 times earnings, but which is kind of cheap if you can rely on those earnings. And these companies have been able to grow earnings for years, which makes them bargains. But the problem is the music has to stop someday for HMOs, right? There's not more people getting born in America, right? Or actually you might even get a fertility crisis. I'm going to do my best to reverse that trend single-handedly, but even I'm not, capable of that. So I think that without net new lives, there's no way for these companies to grow without cannibalizing each other. So the only other way they grow is like inflation, and I think people have gotten sick of healthcare cost inflation. I can testify to that. So, like, the only other way they can grow is other types of services and data and stuff like that. So it's hard for them to grow, and that's why it's 10 times earnings, right? They could grow through less expenses from AI, but typically the MLR book tends to collapse over time regardless. So like the book gets priced like at a cost plus type thing. So if their medical costs drop, their premiums will drop too. So yeah, hopefully GPT sort of ends that nonsense, right? This is nonsense. We've been paying billions, even trillions, folks. We've been paying trillions of dollars to these people, and we could just be using GPT. All right, folks? I'm going to cut your pharmacy bill in half. I'm going to cut your doctor bill 99%. You're just going to go to the website, trumpgpt.com. Bigly. You're never going to need a doctor again. You want surgery? GPT will handle it. If you're a doctor, well, better learn the code. I'm not even safe from GPT. GPT's gonna run for president, trust me. Believe me, folks. All right, pharmacy and other service costs, medical costs and other benefits. Okay, I see. So, this is the PBM business, and you can see their PBM business. All right, hold on. And I for the life of me, I've been in pharma my whole life. I don't know what these PBMs do, or like why they exist, or how they're useful, but they still look like they make around, at least gross margin, 3 or 4 billion a year, and they own Express Scripts, which, they basically kind of aggregate drug spend, right? If you want to become a quantitative investor, you'd have to be a very strong mathematician or computer programmer, or ideally both. it's not easy, and you have to work in a team and stuff like that. All right, so here's medical costs. So this is going to be MLR. Here's premiums, 82,710, 5562. And the funny thing about the MLR is it's very much like a cartel. So if you break the cartel, you have to deal with the cartel. I'm joking, but the MLR always tends to be around 80%. It's very kind of odd. And you can see Cigna's actually, okay, Cigna's in the 80s. So if your MLR is too high, you will gain a lot of contracts, but you'll sort of piss off the other HMOs. If your MLR is too low, you're making too much money and you'll lose business to the other HMOs. So everyone's trying to like keep their book price at 80%. It's very kind of a little odd. So you can see they make 7 or 8 billion a year from being a health managed care provider. It's not even health insurance anymore. It's just managed care. They manage the care. And what's interesting, right, is they have 40 billion of healthcare premiums, and look at those premiums are actually dropping. That's really interesting. I wonder if their population is dropping, but it's really interesting that their premiums are dropping. Isn't that odd? Premium revenue has dropped from 43 billion to 41 billion to 40 billion. It's kind of interesting. And here's the cost to actually run the company. Pretty significant, actually. 14, 13, 13. So operating margin is basically, I guess it's revenue minus this, minus that. So like 10 billion a year, very consistently in operating income. Of course, they got to pay taxes and other interest expenses and stuff like that. Oh, no, wait, wrong app. Let's see if Hume, all right, Hume booted up, cool. So if you want to play around with Hume, go ahead and try it out. I'm just getting started with Hume, so. Oh, yeah. Lord have mercy. Doesn't even work in Chrome. Oh, that sucks. Pretty sure I just opened it in Chrome. Yeah, who knows? Why is OpenAI so biased? I see some people's questions. What do you think of humans falling in love with AI? I don't agree with Elon.